Hello, welcome to our class this evening. I have a beautiful snowy scenery behind me tonight. We have our first big snowfall this year, and it's my first time for a snowfall at home in over a decade. So it's quite interesting. We're gonna be playing out there tomorrow, I guess. Okay, so for tonight in our yin class, we're gonna start with a child pose. We're just gonna be in a long few minutes of child pose, allow our whole body to calm down, our nervous system to relax. So take your time to come into the position, and you can place your knees quite wide apart. Your knees can be close as well. So do what feels comfortable or most natural for you here, most relaxing. If there's any movements that you like to explore on your way into that position, feel free as well. And once you really start to get down into your position, make it the most relaxed child's pose kind of posture for you, your feeling of being relaxed. Begin to soften your breath, deepening your breath into your body. And close your eyes. Enjoy that feeling of calming down all of your mind's activities, all of the attention that we give out to so many different things. Feel that presence and awareness of your attention just right here with yourself. And spend about 1 or 2 more minutes still, deepening your breath further. And last minute here, just let your breath be totally natural. And coming to enjoy watching time pass in presence with yourself, feeling time passing, observing your own body, your thoughts, your energy and emotions, and letting all of those things play out in the space of yourself in harmony and peacefulness, in surrender, non attachment. Now let's begin to move ourselves away from the floor. Walk the hands in, coming up onto our seat. Now, if it's hard to sit on the knees in the Vajrasana like this, you can place cushions underneath as many as you need to feel comfortable, stable. Sitting upright, and we're going to hold around our own shoulders, just one arm over the other, and start this slow circular rocking motion, kind of rocking yourself. Close the eyes once again. Move very slowly. Use the slowness and the sensuality of your feelings, your physical sensations. Other than that, you can go the smallest distance or the biggest distance, but you make it smooth and controlled. After a few times in one direction, explore the other direction. Deep breathing. And go in the other opposite direction if you haven't already. A few more rounds. And now gradually make your way to head hanging down. Fully rounding the back, kind of caving in, sinking into your center. And keeping this position, but now let the hands and the fingers, the arms melt down. Slide down your body. And as your hands release, start to lift your chest, roll through your whole spine into lifting your chest. Allow the hands and the shoulders to just kind of draw back and apart. Keep breathing in and out as you keep your chest lifted. Maybe chin slightly lifted, but we don't want to feel too much pressure on the back of the neck. So chin can be slightly down from the furthest position. A few more breaths, breathing into this front openness of your chest. And with an exhalation, allow your spine to relax to its natural position, its natural curves. Let's bring the hands together, raising towards the forehead center, raising the chin slightly. And then you can either stay seated in this position, or we'll change to cross legs. So choose one and then bring your hands to the heart center in prayer. If you prefer, place your hands to the ground and move to cross-legged sitting. Hands at the heart. Om chanting. And slowly let's continue opening our eyes. And now make your way into either a downward facing dog or a standing forward bend. Your choice of kind of hanging the spine down, right? So either a little more actively in down dog, or if you prefer, walk the hands in and hanging forward bend. Passive arms if you're hanging. Steady efforts in all of our poses tonight. Balance, relaxation, and easiness. And keep taking generous, deep breaths. Exhale completely. Keep exhaling. Inhale from that deep place. A few more times. Complete breaths in and out. And now if you're in forward bend, bring your hands forward to down dog. And from down dog, bring your knees down to the ground. Now, bring the knees close together. And make small movements shifting, left knee and right knee. One knee off the ground, other knee pulling away. But the knees are staying close to each other, left and right, side by side. And just gradually explore further how to bring the pelvis down to one side while we stay strong in our hands, our wrists, our shoulders. And as you sink the hip further, you might want to lift the chest, push through the arm, and take the other hand slightly away from the mat. A few more times, and let's use our inhalation to go far down. And exhale, pull the pelvis back up by pushing through your hand. Super slow, super deep breaths. One more time on each side. Making softness and fluidity in the experience of our body. And back to center. Knees hip distance wide. And we'll take the full inhale, spreading the weight out. And exhale, take the left arm through underneath to the right. Just keep sliding the arm out as you come down to your shoulder. And now start to reach back through your right shoulder and right arm lifting up. Left arm pushing into the floor. Slow the breath down, smooth the breath. Slowly change sides. Right hand down, Push up to table and make a cat pose, round the back. Inhale to the neutral spine. And exhale, right arm through to the left side. Reach all the way through, bring your right shoulder down, ear down, left arm up. And slowly down. And back to exhale, table, cat, round your back, push the floor. And inhale to straight, neutral position. Let's exhale the left arm through again. And this time, once your shoulder and head is down, take your right leg back, reach through your heel. And now you can also adjust your left shoulder position, pushing your right hand, your right foot, just and turn as much as you can, twist as much as you can, and then take the right arm back. Bring more of this twisting stretch movement into the upper body. When you exhale, imagine letting the right hand, the right shoulder drop back to the floor. You'll find that deeper Ujjayi breathing. Keeping the belly close to your spine. One more minute here. Remember, smoothen your breath, lengthen your breath. Become restful in the pose. And taking your right hand back for support, then your right knee and head turning down. Back to table. Exhale to cat, round the back. Inhale to your neutral spine. And exhale. Take the right arm through. Reach out to the left. Left heel back. Adjust your right shoulder position and twist your left arm open. And let time happen. Breathe and let time happen. And slowly coming back down with the left hand. Then the head and the knee turning down. Inhale to table. Exhale, cat around the back. A few rounds of cow and cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale. And exhale. One more round. Coming back to your neutral spine. Now we'll work a little bit on our hips, so we're going to do one or two more active heating kind of poses. We're going to start with the right foot stepping forward. And we'll come to lunge, some variation of lunge. Simple one, just take your left knee off the ground. Okay, let's lift all the way up to the upright position. Push back through your left heel. And now let's bit by bit lean forward into our right leg. Feel all of your toes active, your knees stable. So it's like balancing how much we push our foot and how much we sit into our hip and our knee. Find that perfect 50-50 there. Become like a living, soft statue. Think about the quadricep muscle. How can you get more even work through the front thigh of pushing through your legs straight? Try to feel the whole front thigh is working as a cooperation. Slowly, let's bring the knee back down, hands down, and switch your legs. Try to be soft with your feet. Whenever we do standing poses, for any practice, but especially yin, we can think about it a little more maybe. We're not transitioning so fast. Think of opening the feet, the softness, the width, the spread of the toes. Open the feet to receive the support of the ground. Then once you come into standing on the feet, you need support and structure. You start with that open softness, and then as we need it, it grips and pushes to create super steady stability. Let's come up to our upright lunge again, pushing back through the right heel. And bit by bit, lean the upper body forward now, testing that stability, that steadiness of your left foot all the way up to your hip. Still keep sending the right heel back. Look for that evenness of your left quadriceps working the whole front of your thigh. And slowly, let's come down, hands, and stepping back on both knees, short, rest on the knees, and then we're going to move to kneeling lunge. We'll start with the left leg Coming forward now. Take a few breaths moving through your pelvis. Move forwards, move backwards. Adjust your feet so that you can get into your deepest kneeling lunge for your pelvis position here, right? The pelvis really going forward and down. Keeping our back legs straight back, our toes pointing back. The foot is not rolling out. Okay, and then lift through the heart and slightly roll the shoulders back, holding here for a few breaths. Focusing on the right hip stretch, lifting the heart space straight through and up as we press through the right thigh into the ground slightly. Now continuing same stretch, similar pose variations. You can also explore same what we did already, previous options. You may want more cushion for your knee if you're standing more upright. So we can come more upright and try to grab the back foot. Okay, hip is almost above the knee, a little bit forward is fine too. And then pull or push your foot to the outside of your hip. Keep leaning your hips forward once you have your foot position kind of set. And slightly lift the chest and the chin. On your exhales, if you have that space, draw the foot closer, pushing or pulling. Open the front side. Release with control. Place the right foot back. Bring the hands down. Switch sides. First, lunge deep through your hips. And get that wide position of the knees and lift through the heart. And releasing. Second variation, more upright. Find your left foot with your left hand. And with your exhale, left foot towards the outside of your hip. Lean forward, lift the heart. Slowly release. Take your right leg back, both legs back. And take child's pose, knees apart. And beginning to come back up one more time for these lunge, kneeling lunge positions. So again, now let's take the left leg forward. And this time turn your toes more out, about 45 degrees. Right hand turned out or wider, maybe blocks under the right hand to help us reach back to our right foot. Left hand reaching back. Reach back with your left. Pull or push or weight your arm to your leg. Then lift the heart, look up. Working that long line of stretch through the front thigh, through your hip flexors and up into your torso. And release, step back. Right foot forward. Turn your foot 45, reach back with your right hand to your left foot. And with the exhale, pull in. Lift and look up to the right. If you can, relax into the groin, into the pelvis. Try and let the pelvis sinking down and forward. It's one of those agonizing sweetnesses. And release the left foot back. And press hands and knees, table. And now we'll come to a squat with forward bend. So try to have your feet close together if possible. If not, it's okay to have them wider. If you can't get your heels fully down in squat, use blocks or props under your heels so that you can have some grounding in that way. And otherwise, with your feet close, knees apart, see if you can rock into it through your hips back down to your heels. If it feels too awkward, roll out and try again, like different distance of your feet, different angle of rotation. And then we're going to hang our spine to the front. And feel free to come in and out a few times here. This may be like not working perfectly the first time. Maybe you, again, feel a little awkward somewhere. Come in and come out. Reset with a few movements. And then once you feel like, well, that's the comfortable one that I knew I could find, then you challenge yourself with that time there, waiting there, breathing there. Keep holding, keep breathing. Feel how your exhale squeezes your belly and your head drops down. Good. Now let's press back to our hands and back onto our forward bend, hanging forward bend. Walk your hands back. And we'll do one more set of kind of strengthening and then stretching for our hips. Now let's stand up completely. Open the front side of the body, roll open. And now we're going to just stand and lift the right knee. Hold there. Slowly lower it down. Exhale, left leg. Inhale, down. Exhale, right leg. Inhale, down. Exhale, left leg. A few more times. Keep your body very centered as we move. Exhale, raise the knee. Inhale, place the foot down. As you place your foot down, try to elongate your whole body even before that foot touches the floor. Try to get longer and longer and longer, and then very lightly rest into it. Exhale the other leg up. Good, and now exhale. Next time your right knee is up, hold. Stand tall. And really work through your left leg. Try to hug all the muscles of your left leg around the hip. Keep holding the knee up. So we're going to add a little bit of extra challenge. Take your left arm up and side bend to the right. Keep your right knee up, change sides, side bend, raise your right arm, and side bend to the left. Come back to the center, and exhale, twist to the right. Don't touch your hips, bring your hands to prayer. Try to look back behind you, stand tall through your left leg. Turn back to center. And exhale, twist to your left. Open your arms wide. And exhaling back to the center and right foot down. Take a few breaths. Exhale now, left knee up, hold. Relaxing with your breath, relaxing into time, letting time slow down. Inhale, right arm up. And exhale, side bend to the left. Keep holding the left leg up.
Change sides. Back to the center. Twist to the left, hands at prayer. And twist to the right, arms open wide. And exhale, center, return. Few breaths here. Standing tall through both legs. Okay, now before we go down to the floor for pigeon pose, we're going to try just moving our hips in the joint, rotating a little bit. So when I was young, I played hacky sack a lot. Or in Vietnam, they have that thing with the discs and the feathers, and you play it like hacky sack, you kick it like this, right? So keeping your ankle flexed, your toes up, you can try doing this kind of kicking motion lightly through your hips, alternating one side at a time. If it's easy to do, you don't need to flex your foot too much. If your knees are healthy, and you can kick maybe a little further, depending on your flexibility. So just a few more times each side, kind of lubricate and warm up the circulation in our hip joint. As well, it can be good. Let's do the opposite rotation. And it's not so easy to like just swing your leg in really deeply. Oh, we could do that. Let's instead turn our body on this pivot points of our feet, and so that we get one leg, well, both legs internally rotated, right? And then release and turn the other way. And just do that a few times back and forth as well. Okay, and now let's make our way back down to the floor. Hang down to bring your fingers down. Walk back your legs. Inhale your right leg to down dog split. And exhale, step to pigeon. Bring your right knee to your right wrist. Left knee to the floor. Try to feel your weight is equal in your arms and the two sides of your body. And then inhale, left leg going back. Heart lifting. Let's hold in this lifted position first. If possible, walk the hands closer, open the heart space more. And walking out, head coming down slowly. Rest the body down completely to the floor. We're going to stay for a while still.
For some, when we do pigeon, if it's very tight and uncomfortable, you can prop under your hips. And this is also a way to help protect your knee in some cases. So that way we can stay longer in the pose and work with our breath. If you don't feel much stretch and you want to go working on that, although it's not always necessary, sometimes it's better just to be really meditative there. But for deeper stretching purpose, we can twist like we did earlier, the arm reaching through. Okay, so my right leg is forward, my left arm reaches through, and then I'm going to twist open. Try to keep the head in line with the mat. And even though the right hip may lift slightly, try to keep it grounded or heavy feeling. And place the head down to the floor or a cushion or a block. We'll take one more minute for pigeon, any variation. And then come into just a slightly easier variation of the pose. So we're still in the pose, but if you were twisting open, maybe you're going to just come down with your hand again. If you're in your normal pigeon, then you feel like the stretch is a lot of sensation, just come up again. Take a few breaths where you're at now. And when you're practicing, think about each position that your body changes. Each position is a new place to feel and connect with your breath before you continue. Try to notice that moment in each position, connecting the body, the breath, and the mind. Okay, and then we're going to lift all the way out of our pigeon pose and come back to a down dog. Taking another breath or two here as you need. When you're ready, exhale, step the left knee forward for lifted pigeon. Staying upright and walking the hands back as much as your back bend will allow. If you feel any jam in your lower back, stay more forward and lift through the heart space rather than trying to walk back. And if you have the mobility, the comfort, you can even reach and push with your arms to help you reach your spine further. And exhale, let's walk out into our pigeon all the way down. Good. Either stay or our next variation, right arm twisting through. The left arm twisting open. And rest the head on the ground as you reach, pressing through the right arm against the floor, left arm reaching back. And coming back to an easier, more relaxed pigeon pose. So maybe you just turn your body down. Maybe you lift out of your pigeon somewhat. Another 5 or 10 breaths, super easy in the pigeon pose. And begin to make your way back up, coming back up to downward dog. And from here, make the way to sit, cross legs. And now I'll give an option. You can choose one of the next 2 poses. So the first option, a little easier, foot to the thigh, keeping our legs a little bit active as we fold over our left leg. The second option will be to take a grab underneath of our toes here. You need quite open hips and healthy knees for this. And we try to pull our foot back very close to our groin. And you lean back and bring your foot back. And there's all this external rotation of the hip. Then you lean forward with your toes spread and stretching here, right? Okay, then if that's manageable and not too uncomfortable for your knee or your foot, same thing, folding to the left leg gently. It may be that your foot position is going to restrict the movement quite a bit for your spine. That's fine. Come to the edge that you can hold without too much discomfort. And slowly coming up. Now take the right leg over the left leg. For Ardha Matsyendrasana, seated spinal twist. Taking the left arm up as we lift our chest. Inhale, lean forward, and exhale, twist. You can take bind or any variation here. Kind of most comfortable, I like to just rest the hand to the shoulder, close the eyes and twist to the right. And release. Take both legs forwards. A little bit of a wave through a forward bend. And then setting up for a second side. Left foot against your inner thigh. Either flat against your inner thigh or variation. Grab under your foot, turn your knee out. Try to get your foot close and stretching the toes. Stretching and spreading through your small toes. And then folding over the right leg. Lifting back up. Take your left leg over your right leg. And once again, twist. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, twist to the left. Hand on the shoulder or binding through the leg. Breathing. Smooth your breath. Deepen your breath. And release. Both legs straight, little wave through our spine into the forward bend. And up. And now last few hip stretches. So you can work on Baddha Konasana, taking the feet together, knees apart. Try to really fully lift through the chest, lean forward through the pubic region and the whole upper body. If you're deep in this pose, you can try this Dhyana Mudra variation where we turn our hands back onto our knees. Make sure that you're already quite deep before you try this, because you want to be able to get your chest easily down to your feet. And then the elbows also touch the ground and chin or forehead. Okay. You can also work on trying to pull the feet towards the upper body. Turning the soles of the foot onto your own chest. Taking about 2 more minutes here.
One more minute. And begin to lift back up once again. And sitting tall. Let's lean back, and we're going to just move the knees and the hips a bit. So with your arms behind you, your chest lifting, let your hip follow your knee to one side. Turn back, lift your chest, drop the knee down. And both knees towards the center, feet wide, knees towards each other. And then your hands slide back behind you. Slide back to stretch the shoulders. And rock or walk or kick. Sit up. And sitting with a cushion or a block for some seated meditation. And get totally comfortable for a moment. Listening to your breath. So we'll do a slow Bastrika breathing or hyperventilation. Then we'll do Brahmari. Brahmari is a simple technique which means like humming, vibrating, making a sound like a bee buzzing. That's the meaning of Brahmari, the bee buzzing sound. And while we do that hum, move the vibration in your head. So depending on what you do with your jaw, right, your lips, your tongue inside your mouth, and even different ways of pressurizing through the throat and the inner intention with the energy. Try to feel and move the vibrations through different areas of your head, like more in the jaw, the lips, the forehead, the crown, and so on. Okay. While we do that, we're also going to cover our ears. So use two thumbs. Try to keep your elbows relaxed. It's okay if they're up as well, but make sure that you're not over strenuous to keep your arms lifted. Keep it pretty down and gently push in. So this way, when we do the humming, you should mostly only hear your own vibration, your own sound in your body. And try to feel your whole body. It's water. It is, you don't have to imagine or try, it's mostly water. So all vibrations move through this water and give it a certain kind of pattern or form. So we can use our own voice and our own awareness to connect more of this water in the same pattern, or a very good pattern for how everything should work in us, right? So a short round, an example will be like this. I'll do a few rounds breathing. You can also do it through the nose if you want. Like here, I have the wood stove, so it makes a lot of dust and it's very dry in here. So it's sometimes better
to do through the nose if you know the air is very dry or dusty or pollution and so on. So through the nose. In both cases, I'm expanding my belly out. Okay, so we do many times slowly, and then we'll finish with that last inhale. Hold it, cover your ears, and with a very gentle sound, make the sound as long as you can without straining. It should be gentle and easy to the end. And then pause, and we'll do 3 rounds of this all together. Okay. So let's relax the hands, connect the index and the thumb together of both, and begin when you're ready. Slow, deep hyperventilation. Slower and gentler as you go. Ten more times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last inhale. Cover your ears, hold your breath, and gently hum. Deep inhale, repeat. Slowly release your hands to your knees. So we do every part again. And remember, move the vibrations in your head when you're humming. You can move your tongue in your mouth. You can move your eyes towards your forehead, third eye, and send the vibrations deep into yourself, your energy body. 3 rounds hyperventilation. Keep going. 3 more deep breaths, deepest, slowest breaths. 2. 1. Last breath in. Hold. Cover your ears. Move the vibrations. And slowly release your hands. Just stay as still and relaxed. Keep looking inside. Connecting inside. Focusing in your forehead space. Still sending your attention, your energy, your more subtle vibrations and voice. Feeling your whole body as energy and vibration through the skin, the bones. The dance of the blood. So feeling how your energy is inside. And connecting to one focus. All your energy to one conscious awareness. Observing here and now. Peering through the forehead, third eye center.
Anytime you can lay down in Shavasana or continue in your seated posture.
begin to gently deepen your breathing. If you're laying down, stretch, and sitting up in your own time. And noticing as we continue practicing the feeling of contentment of self, meaning when your attention is less about things and it's more about presence, there's a natural contentment that arises. Presence of yourself, awareness of yourself. So I wish you a beautiful day, a beautiful evening. Thank you for joining in our class today. And I hope you feel very beautiful, very content with that deepest self. Namaste.